Hey, what's up to everybody out there? Welcome to another edition of the Roundtable Talk. I am your host, C Money, and first off, let me say Happy New Year's to everybody. This is the first video of the New Year's, and I just want to wish everybody a Happy New Year's. Secondly, I want to say it's sad to say we have lost one of our very own, President Jimmy Carter. Passed away within the past couple of days. If you've seen this, you probably won't see this video, for a couple of days or whatever. But we have lost Jimmy Carter at the age of 100. He was the president of the United States, and prayers go out to him and his family, and for everybody who was able to be there. I don't remember when he was president, but I probably was either. I know he was president, I think, in the early 80s or late 70s. I don't remember. But I know I was born in the 80s, so I probably didn't get a chance to, you know, experience anything of Jimmy Carter. But rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. You are one of the great presidents out there. I wanted to visit your library when I was in Georgia, but I didn't get to do it, because he's originally from Georgia. But, rest in peace, and prayers go out to his family and loved ones of his family. All right. It is a new year, and there is a new law out in the state of Florida, and I want to talk about it. If you are waking up in the state of Florida, you know that January 1st, Governor Ron DeSantis passed a rule that you now have to present your ID when going on to porn sites. We're talking about porn. It's not going to be explicit, so you don't have to send your kids to the other room. If you don't want them to hear this topic, that's fine. But we're going to be talking about it. What it is that as of January 1st, you are now blocked from watching porns unless you submit your ID to these porn sites. Well, mainly they're talking about a porn site called Pornhub, and I believe it's with other porn sites as well. But I know a lot of people that I've been talking to, especially coworkers and stuff, they was talking about porn sites. They was talking about Pornhub, and I'm quite sure there's other porn sites and stuff like that. But you do, and I want to talk about this, and I want to get all of y'all opinions on this and what y'all feel about it and everything. So let's jump into it. Oh, you already know who this was signed by. This was signed by Governor Ron DeSantis. This is not the first state. There are, I believe, from what I've read and searched, that there are 14 other states that are in the same situation, but that did this, that passed this law, and Florida's just the recent state to do it, where they're banning you from watching videos on pornographic sites. You have to produce an ID to continue viewing porn on porn. Now, let me tell you, this is a good thing and this is a bad thing, and I'm going to tell you why. There's the pros and cons. This is a good thing because, what they're doing, what this is doing, they're trying to stop little children or underage minors from going onto these porn sites. Because if you notice that there are a lot of kids that can get onto dating sites and hookup websites and online chat sites that require you to be 18 and over, and you can easily get onto these sites just by saying you're 18. All you have to do is just remember, you could say, I was born today in such and such year that allows me to be 18 years old. Or you could be on a site where, it allows you to, you could just put in any date that says you're over the age of 18, but you're still young. I remember a few years back when I was younger, I was on one of these sites. I don't remember the site, and somebody contacted me, and they was underage, and I was like, no, and I'm like, I'm not going to jail for nobody. I'm not finna go to jail. I'm not finna be arrested, because a lot of these people, they lie about their ages when they to get on these sites, because they're either looking to date or they're looking to have conversations, and and I understand what the governor is doing, but I don't understand it. I mean, I like the idea, but I don't like the idea. And the reason why I like the idea is because, yeah, you're trying to stop underage minors from looking at pornographic videos and stuff like that. But you do realize that that's not going to stop them from looking at pornographic videos. I'm going to tell you something. My mom doesn't watch this anyway, so when I was younger as a kid, my mom, when she used to when she was working, one of her co-workers, used to give her Playboy magazines, and she used to hide it in her closet in her room. And when my mom used to go to work, and the times when my mom was not around, I used to go and sneak a peek at the Playboy magazines and look at the naked women. And I used to be like, wow, stuff like that. Even though now Playboy magazine really don't exist. Like, I haven't heard of people getting Playboy magazines. I know a lot of these magazines and a lot of these newspapers are now doing digital, where you can, upload your newspaper online. Well, you can still buy the newspaper in the store, because my mom, she gets the Miami Times, which is the urban newspaper here in South Florida, in the Miami area, where she goes to the store and she buys it. And but yeah, I haven't heard anybody saying, "Oh, I still get Playboy magazines through the mail," even though I know Playboy magazine probably still exists. It's just, it doesn't exist as much as you want it to exist. But yeah, I used to go and I used to look at the Playboy magazines and look at the naked women and stuff like that. And it was like, hey, that me. And there are times where you can go, your parents have porno tapes. You go in there and you pop in a porno tape and you can see the porno video. So it's like you're not stopping the kids from watching porno or watching nudity all together. You're just stopping it from certain websites. You do realize, like Twitter and all of these, and Snapchat and all of these other sites, they allow you to post videos. They allow you to post nude pictures and stuff like that. So you're not really stopping them from seeing nudity. You're just stopping them from watching pornographic videos on these sites like Pornhub and I don't know, a lot of the other porn sites, and stuff like that, like My Vista and all these other porn sites. You're not really stopping them from viewing, because I'm quite sure there's a household somewhere where there's a dad or mom that has a porno tape hidden somewhere, and then the kids go in there, ooh, yeah, when I turned 18 and when I was younger, and that's how I go. I used to go to certain newsstands and buy the naked magazines and naked people magazines, and I used to go and then I used to try to hide them in my closet and stuff like that. Yeah, there was times where and then not only that, you have adult video stores and bookstores and stuff like that. Even though they require ID to go in there, it's not like they can create a fake ID and go inside these adult video stores and then they can go look at these videos or go purchase a video and stuff. You have all of these other options for kids to do. Oh, you're gonna stop me from looking at this porno site? Well, I'm gonna go look at my mom's DVDs or my dad's DVDs. Or you're gonna stop me from going to this website? Well, I can go on this site and they allow me to do. There was a lot of things. It was. I don't know if y'all remember, there was a site called, and it still exists to this day. I just don't get on it as much. And I rarely got on it because I used to go on there like when I was in college. Me and my classmates used to go on there to look up stuff. It's a site called Craigslist. And there was another site which got seized by the government as well, which is similar to Craigslist. I forgot the name of the site, but I'm gonna stick with Craigslist. Craigslist is a site where, if you're looking, Craigslist was like an overall everything site. If you was looking to sell any of your used product, you can go on Craigslist and sell them. If you was looking to look for a job, You can go on Craigslist and look for it. If you was looking for a date, you can go on Craigslist and look for it. Or if you was looking for a booty call, you can go on Craigslist and look for it. Or you was giving away free stuff, they had a free section on Craigslist where you can go and you know get free stuff, because that's how me and my classmates used to do. One of my classmates from college, they used to go in the free section and see what free stuff that people was giving away, and if it was close by, they were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go pick up this stuff, this is free. They giving away a TV, or they giving away a couch, or they giving away this, and stuff like that. And they used to have a section where they used to do like hookups. Well, not hookups, it was called the personal section. And it was basically for people, they was looking for a relationship or looking to meet up. Like, it was a personal ads, or the one ads, the personal ads, I should say. And eventually they took it away because a lot of people was doing porno. Like, a lot of people was basically, it was like majority of the people was prostituting themselves. So they took away the personal ads because people was, there was a place for people to hook up at, or, people to, prostitute online. And, because a lot of people got smart. Back then, you walk the streets and prostitute. Now you have it where people just go on the internet and they can prostitute themselves on the internet, because now you have different websites for male strippers, female strippers, adult strippers. You have different sites for that. So now people are going online, and Craigslist was trying to stop that. Like, you're not gonna come on here and be a prostitute on our site. So they got rid of it. There was another site that was similar to that. It was similar to Craigslist. I forgot the name of it. If you know the name of it, and then the government seized the site all at once, because they was something similar to Craigslist. But with their site, majority, like 90 to 95% of the people that was on there was promoting themselves as a prostitute. And I don't remember the name. It'll come to me later on. And later on, when I'm not doing this show and I'm somewhere doing something, I'll be like, oh, I remember this site. And it was a site, and a lot of them will promote themselves as prostitutes. And eventually the government caught on, and the government shut down the site to where you couldn't get on the site no more. So, so now with this thing in the state of Florida, you're stopping everybody from doing porn. And now they want you to present your ID. And I'm like, do you understand what you're doing? You want somebody to present their ID to a website where somebody who's they can hack into your database and get a person's personal information, and they can get their whole information, whether it's a name, address, whatever, and they can get their whole personal information. So now I'm looking at it as if, how is this securing anything? First of all, like I said, you have kids, they can get and see nudity anywhere. You have porno tapes, you have nudity magazines, you have DVDs, you have social media. You have Facebook where somebody can DM them a picture. You can DM somebody a video or a picture of, a clip of a porno video, or a clip of them doing sexual acts with somebody. You have Twitter, and you have all of these other sites where, Instagram, where you got females showing half of their body, men showing their chests, and you have these sites, and you have like OnlyFans and all of that. But my thing is, how are you going to stop all of this by doing? Because I look at it as if, even though I don't go to these sites and I don't look at these sites, back then, yes, I was young, and I was on these sites and everything. But at the same time, I look at it as if, why do I have to present my ID? Even though you can lie and say, yes, you are over the age of 18, and give them but now I'm going to give you my personal information just to look at some porno, just to look at somebody having sex? No. Because now I'm giving you my personal information just so I can watch sex online. I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. And now I've heard a coworker of mine was saying that they're trying to take it to the Supreme Court and sue and stuff like that. Yeah, because number one, a lot of these porno sites and a lot of these websites are going to be losing money because, like myself, I'm not going to give you my personal information just to view pornographic videos where, I have to show you my address, my picture, my date, and all that, all my personal information, just so I can look at a porno video. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that because I'm exposing my personal information to the World Wide Web, to where it will be different. Like I know at one point when the pandemic hit and we was doing that unemployment thing and I had to get unemployment and all that. Yeah, they had it where I had to show my ID and my social security information. I had to do it over this thing called ID Me and stuff like that, and I had to show my birth certificate and all that. That I understand because that's basically a secured, site that is owned by the government, unemployment, But for personal sites to say, okay, we need your information, how you don't know that somebody can leak into your site and get all these people's information to where they can fraud them and stuff like that and all of that. And I'm like, yeah, because I've been frauded before. I've had a frauded before, like where somebody, got a hold of my number. I don't know if I ever told you this story. This was back in late 2020, early 2021. This was during the pandemic where somebody kept calling my phone. I was at work. This is when I returned back to my job. And somebody kept calling my phone, kept calling my phone. And it was, I believe, I don't know if it was a number or a block number, but they kept calling my phone. I'm like, it could be something wrong with my mama. It could be something wrong with a family member, and they got a hold of my number or something like that. So when I called, they just end up hanging up. By me answering the phone, they got my personal information and they wired $400 from a person in California to somewhere in Singapore. And I was like, oh my God, even though I got my money back, but I'm like, yeah, that's because by a click of a button, somebody can get your information. And let's say somebody hacks into the Pornhub's database. They can get everybody's picture and everybody's information off of Pornhub, and then they can be frauded just like that. Now, you got another problem on your hand. Pornhub can be sued for their servers being hacked and everybody's information being leaked. You know how many times they didn't have Microsoft information has been leaked and Yahoo information has been leaked, and a lot of these sites, data information has been leaked to where a lot of these people's data and information has been leaked out to where people can get your personal information. Like they say when you go to these coffee shops and go to these, internet cafes where, you're over a Wi-Fi network where anybody can get your information, because a lot of these, Wi-Fi networks and stuff is not secure. It's the same thing with that, So why am I going to give my ID and show you my ID for somebody that can easily, and not only that, it could be somebody working within the company. Let's say you work for a bank or you work for a, company, that, you have to sit there and require people to send their information, ID and stuff. Like say for instance, when I was doing the unemployment, that person who was doing the ID Me or whatever, the representative, whatever, that could have been a fraudulent person that could have just wrote down all my information and got all my personal information, and then just bam, they could have just stole a lot of money from me. And at the end of the day, yes, I would get my money back, but still, why do I have to go through this whole process of somebody stealing from me in the first place? Yes, that person's going to get fired because, of course, they're going to record that this person was doing this, and eventually they're going to get fired because it's going to trace behind them. Because look how many people was doing these fraudulent things when it came down to COVID, and a lot of these people was getting the PPP protection money, and a lot of these people was doing fraudulent stuff during COVID, and then they was doing this for years, and then eventually it caught up with them, and not even. And who's to say that there's somebody on the inside at these websites and these porno sites saying, oh yeah, I can do it where I can get their ID and get their personal information and get money from them, and they ain't gonna know it, and then I could be charging this and charging that, just like I seen in there's a news segment down here in South Florida called Help Me Howard, and it's a segment where people they go to, that it's like it's something like a TV show, but it's on the news, and where they come for legal advice and help, and it was where this man and this woman, somebody got their information and had two cars, put in their name. And when the man tried to renew his license, they say no because, he has two cars under his name. They had to go through all this process to get their name cleared for everything. And I'm like, yeah, they probably got their information because somewhere online or somewhere anywhere. Even when you go tap your card at a register, a lot of times these registers, these people be doing where they can get your information for tapping your card at a register, at a supermarket or a corner store, or, these department stores. So you have to be careful with these things. And now you want me to show my ID? Yes, in my phone I do have a picture of my ID and my social security card stored in my phone. So when I do, and it's in a secure place so nobody can get it. Because at any given time, if I'm ever in a situation with a business where I have to show mine, but I'm not just going to randomly show it to some certain sites like Pornhub or anything like that. No, I do it like if it's a government business that requires you, just like how they did with COVID, it was one point when I was trying to get my mom's birth certificate because she's from Georgia. They had to have they needed a copy of my ID and stuff. Yeah, stuff like that. Yes, because that is a government phone issue. But I'm not going to go to some third party site like Pornhub or, like somebody like Amazon or something like that requires, because a lot of these businesses shouldn't require you to have an ID to make purchases. And I'm not going to give my ID just to watch some porno video. And I've heard that there in other states. If you live in another state that is doing this as well, I want you to comment and let me know, because I want to know what y'all feedback is about this, because in reality I feel like this is wrong, because you're not, like I said, you're not stopping the kids from watching pornographic videos, because there are several sites. You have YouTube, you have Instagram, you have Twitter, which is now X. You have, Snapchat. You have a lot of these sites that do this, and even though they don't show nudity on Facebook, but you can easily DM or privately message somebody a nude pic or a nude video, in their inbox. And you can do that on Instagram as well too, because Instagram, even though they don't allow nudity, a man can show his chest all the way up to his boxers. A woman can show, them in a bikini suit or something like that, and then on X, which is Twitter, you can show nudity on there. So it's like you're not stopping the kids from looking at it. You're just limiting where they can watch them at. You're not stopping them from watching porno and stuff like that. You're just limiting them to where they can watch it at. You're limiting them from not watching it on Pornhub or My Vista or this porno site or that porno site, because they could easily go get a porno video or go look in a magazine, or they can go to other sites, and somebody can be, they can have a chat room for this, and stuff like that. I've learned that there used to be private chat rooms on Facebook for that, where you can show nudity and stuff like that. They used to be private. They used to have these websites, where they used to have private chat rooms where you can go and you can post pictures. Even with the messenger service Kick and WhatsApp, you could create groups in WhatsApp and Kick, because Kick, K-I-K, is a messenger service, and WhatsApp is a messenger service too. And I use them when it comes to doing personal, like business and stuff like that, and I don't want people to have my number and I want to do business. I use Kick, K-I-K, and I use WhatsApp and stuff like that. And I've learned that there are group chats on there that is dedicated to showing pictures and videos and stuff like that. And I've been invited to several of those chats, but I denied them because I don't want to have any parts of it. But it's the fact that there are ways of viewing nudity online without having to go to Pornhub and to all these other porn sites. So you doing this, you need an ID, because when we first heard about it, I went on Pornhub, and this was I was this was I was off the clock at work, and I was with some of my coworkers, and I was looking. I said, let me go on Pornhub, and then it actually has a message stating that you have to actually, you have been banned, and you have to send an ID, to whatever, and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know how you send an ID, but I'm not gonna do that. Like, you can, forget about it, because I'm not gonna send my personal information to a site that can be easily hacked, where everybody can get your personal information. Because remember, years ago, somebody leaked into the Yahoo, server, and they got all the information out for Yahoo, and then it like there was a thing, or it's the same thing with Wells Fargo. I think somebody leaked into the Wells Fargo server and got all the information. Yeah, I'm not doing that, because, and remember when all of the airline systems was down. This was, I think, about a year ago or so, and a lot of the flights and stuff was down, and a lot of the everybody was delayed because the computer system went down, and then they tried to make it seem like it wasn't, that the computer system wasn't hacked in. There wasn't nobody hacked into the system. It's just the system went down. You don't know what can happen when you get your information leaked out. Yeah, and I say this to that, you know, you're not, like I said, you're not stopping people from watching nudity and pornos online. You're just limiting it, because you can go on different sites that, they don't promote nudity, but you can view nudity, and stuff like that. That's why I say what I say. Like, what do y'all feel about this? Do you think them banning porno sites and you have to submit your ID to view porno sites, do you think that is a good thing, or do you think it's a bad thing? And I'm telling you, I'm going to say this again. I think it's good. I think it's bad. Yes, I think it's good, because now, it's going to be hard for kids to go on these websites and to view, pornos and stuff like that. You're stopping underage minors for viewing it. But at the same time, that's not a, that's not a good thing, because you still have other sites that allow videos, and you still have videos that are circulating. How many kids don't have downloaded videos on their computers, or downloaded videos on their cell phones, where they can sit there and watch pornos on their videos, or they can watch videos from different sites, that, or somebody can send them a video of a porno scene or something like that. It's a lot of these factors that you have to realize when it comes to it. Yes, you're banning them from going onto this side and that side over there, but you're not doing away with porno in general, because there are pornos going on every site. If you go on Facebook, a lot of these businesses, especially pornographic businesses, they promote their business on Facebook. A lot of these businesses have Facebook pages to promote their businesses. You have porno sites, you have, production companies, you have pornographic porn stars and models that promote themselves on Facebook. Now, they may not promote full nudity, but you may have a male on Facebook that's showing their chest and working out and saying, if you want to see the full video, go to this site, or catch me on this site, or go to OnlyFans, or go to this site. That's because they're promoting themselves in a tasteful way to get people to come out to their sites, because they know Facebook is one of the number one leading social media sites out there. Yes, you have Instagram, and you have Snapchat, and you have TikTok, and all of these other sites, but the number one social media site is Facebook, because a lot of businesses like, Winn-Dixie, Publix, McDonald's, Burger King, a lot of businesses do have Facebook pages, and they promote themselves on Facebook. Even the mom and pop businesses, there are a lot of local businesses that I shop at that has Facebook pages, because they promote themselves on Facebook and Instagram and social media, because it's the way to get through to their customers. You know, back then, a lot of these people didn't. It was hard to promote businesses. Now you have businesses that they can promote on social media, and not only just businesses, but male models, female porn stars, male porn stars. You know, actors and stuff. They promote themselves. There are a lot of comedians out there that I didn't know about that are on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know about these comedians, and I follow most of them because they are funny. They're just not like big time comedians like Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer and all of them, So there. But I want to know what y'all feel about this. Do you think it's good that they put a law to ban porno in the state of Florida? Do you think it's good or do you think it's bad? Let me know. Comment at the bottom of this page, or you can also email me at roundtable00 at yahoo.com, and let me know how you feel. Roundtable00 at yahoo.com. You can also comment at the bottom of this page. If you live in the state of Florida, let me know how do you feel about it and what is your take on it. And not only that, let me know, you know, if you don't live in the state of Florida, if you live in a state that does the same thing, let me know what's your intake on it. This is the Roundtable Talk. I thank y'all for watching. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody is staying safe, stay blessed, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.